Hello, today is video journal week 7. So today has been both chill and annoying at the same exact time. I'd say overall chill, but I'm really tired from today. I had this like super tedious task that I just had to keep like messing with over and over and over again. And wait, what's Tom Nook doing? Yeah, red leaf. Okay, sorry. Um, I had a super tedious task I had to keep messing with like over and over and over. So I was making my layout for the next stream, and I've decided that for this upcoming stream I want a timer. So I got myself a timer plugin. But this timer plugin was really annoying, and I had to keep messing with the settings. Just it was annoying. I eventually got it to work, but it was tedious as heck, dude. Gosh, it was really annoying to work with. Y'all ever have those tasks where it's just like really annoying to work with? Like you're like, oh, this is gonna be simple. This is only gonna take a few minutes. And then it takes more than a few minutes. It takes actually like a few hours. And you're like, man, I just want to be freaking done with this already so that I don't lose my marbles. That's how today went. But overall, besides that, it was pretty chill. Honestly, not nothing. I can't complain too much about it. What is this? Well, I don't have a kitchen, so all right. Those like small yet tedious tasks are honestly the most draining because like you just feel like you get nothing done, and it is just like, dude, I just want to be done with this like small little thing that I've been working on for the past like few hours now. That's the one thing I really just genuinely hate about like those small tedious tasks that are like so annoying to work with. But honestly, I can't complain too much. I learned quite a lot today. I learned how to have a timer on stream, like stopwatch timer is what I mean by that. But that's something good. I've learned a lot recently. Um, I finally am getting the Chat Picks Rules challenge out. The video is coming out very soon. It took forever, but it's finally done. And obviously, speaking of learning, I learned a ton, ton of things in that video while making that video. That was like, man, it is. That might be like the video I learned like the most from, honestly. I learned a lot about like how I should be editing, like efficiency, how to do a gameplay video, and man, it should be out tomorrow at 6 p.m. CST, unless my YouTube coach watches it and tells me I should do something else, add like another thing. I don't think he will, but if he does, then uh, it'll probably be pushed to like sometime Saturday. I don't know exactly when, but it's either gonna be out Friday or Saturday. Likely Friday. I would say it's more likely gonna be Friday than anything. But I learned a ton about like efficiency. I learned about passes, like video passes, where basically you go through one pass, do all of the audio, another pass do like no, sorry, one pass do like all the voiceover, one pass do all the audio, and by audio I mean like do the music. One another pass get all of like the footage on the timeline, another pass get the sound effects in, another pass do the edits like the zooms and all that sort of stuff. And that is a way more efficient system. I was doing it like so inefficiently. It was actually like hard to even work cuz it just felt so inefficient and like mind-numbingly like boring that I was like, dude, I do not want to keep doing this. I do not want to keep doing this. So I did eventually figure that one out, and my YouTube coach really helped out with that one. He's like, have you been doing passes? I'm like, oh, passes. What are those? But yeah, that was like the biggest thing that I've learned, and I've learned like how to make I've learned how to use like zooms effectively too, because I didn't really ever use I used like zooms in some of my older videos, but I never like really used them to the point that I did in my Chapix Rules Challenge. Like, I really feel like I used them like really effectively and like used them to like tell a more interesting story, you know? That's what the editing should be. It should be there to just help you tell a more interesting story. It shouldn't take over the story. It shouldn't make it, or any of that sort of stuff. It should just be there to help make it engaging and interesting. I'm also stream tomorrow and Saturday. Hopefully I'm going to finish my hardcore Nuzlocke stream. I'm at the Elite Four in Pokemon Sapphire. It's going to be hard. I don't have the greatest team on me. But I think I'll figure out a strat. I think I got it. I'm not too worried about it, honestly. I really think I do. But I got a stream idea I'm really excited about. I hope I finish the hardcore Nuzlocke stream tomorrow because I really want to do my new stream idea. I'm gonna be doing a Gen 1 living dex. I've never done a like full on like I've like attempted a living dex, but like I'm trying to do one in Pokemon. I was trying to do one in Pokemon Violet earlier, but that kind of fell apart when ZA came out. And on top of that, I don't have a lot of free time, so there's still a ton of things I want to do in ZA first, and that's kind of my priority in terms of like my personal like playing games for myself stuff. So this could be a really long time probably until I get a living dex in Violet, but oh well. Oh, do I have a slingshot? I don't think I do. Dang it. But yeah, I'm really excited about doing my first ever, like finishing my first ever living dex and doing it on stream. And so earlier this week, or was it? No, end of last week, I was having problems with my PC again. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sick of this. But I think I finally figured it out. I know. I've said that a few times already. But genuinely, I think I really am like more confident than I've ever have been. I think I said that earlier too, but just trust me. Trust me, this time I really figured it out. So, at first my RAM died. If you've been keeping up, you would know about that. And my SSD issues. And I was like, man, surely my RAM didn't die again, or surely my SSD isn't having issues still. So I tried to think of like what else it could be. And I immediately started thinking of the power supply. And so I checked to check that out, see if it really was the power supply. I checked the voltages on like a stress test I was doing. And my 12 volt rail was at 11.6 volts, which is like very low. Like that's like unhealthily low. We're gonna say unhealthily. That doesn't sound right, but it could be. It was very low, and normally it's supposed to be like somewhere between like 12. I've seen even like 12.6, and like that's fine. So to have it like that low is not good. And that made me realize, okay, it's the power supply then. So I bought a new power supply. I come home. And my PC is fully black. Like, just black. And it's got like RGB lights. So I am quite surprised when I open the box to find a white power supply. With, of course, white cables, and I'm like, no, that is not gonna fit my aesthetic at all. So I had a jank stream setup where my power supply was like sitting on my desk, and my PC case was like open, and I just kind of had everything like plugged in. I was gonna return it that day, but I had a stream that day, so I just did that instead. I just borrowed it for a little bit. I'm sure Micro Center doesn't care. They're fine. They'll figure it out. And so I ended up buying a black one after that. So I had a bit of a jank stream setup, but yeah. This is gonna be my first stream with the black one, and if I have any more blue screen issues, I am going to bawl my eyes out. I'm gonna be so upset. Not okay. Jokes aside, I'm actually gonna just be like extremely upset. Like, genuinely, that's gonna really suck. But I think I'm fine. I genuinely am like very confident that I'm fine. I even made a goof video about it. There is. So, in my Discord server on my like Wagaman, my real channel, my real really cool channel, there's a Discord server, and if you're one of the 2 special people who have subscribed to me on Twitch, you get like little benefits. And I made a goof video, a very goofy video about finally figuring out my PC issues. I put a long sleeve shirt over my head to cover my hair because I wanted to make it look like I had long black hair.
And then I started putting on the Penguin Zero accent. And I explained how the PSU situation was crazy.
And I made a whole video about that for my Twitch subs. So yeah, did some goofy stuff for them. And my weekly video was by Joe Hudson. When you know what to do but you just don't. Earlier I was having like a little bit of like feeling like unmotivated earlier this week. No, I think it was earlier last week. Anyways, I was feeling unmotivated at one of these times recently. And so I wanted to watch the video and kind of break it down and like build up those tools that I could use for when I'm not feeling up for the job. And he's basically said that if you are procrastinating, it's because there is at least a part of you that doesn't want to do it. He basically said there are like 3 parts of the brain, and when you want to do it but you're not doing it, those 3 parts aren't aligned properly. And he kind of went into like what causes misalignment. It's either it's not the right time, the method you are using to do your project is not effective, or you are avoiding an emotion. And it kind of goes in depth on like what that really means. And when I did it, I kind of gave myself like journal prompt questions to ask so that I could like give something more concrete and usable. And so if like when it's not the right time, questions to ask: is this the right time to do it? Is this the thing I should be doing? And then for 2, this method is not effective. I have questions like, is my system inefficient? How is my system draining me emotionally? And how can I enjoy my system more? And when I say my system, I just mean like whatever system of work I'm doing, like something like that, you know? And then for the avoiding emotions part, questions to ask: what emotion or emotions am I trying to avoid? What would happen if I failed, and how would it feel? What would happen if I succeeded, and how would it feel? Because he basically was talking about in the video, like, if you understand why you're procrastinating, you can usually, like, get yourself to stop. So it's good to, like, learn why you are so that you can, like, fix the issue, was basically the whole point of his video. And anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I am an unstoppable entertainer.